Welcome back to Making It Metan as we finish up what has become to be the most beautiful Boston Whaler Montauk 17 ever. We left off the last episode with finishing up on the paintwork, and we're going to dive right into this episode with both the woodwork and the metalwork.
Let's do another check-in on Mikey. Mikey seems to be weighing down a bit of teak. God, I love the smell of teak. These are going to be components to a few backrests that he's completing. This is a recently completed 17 Super Sport interior.
Throughout this video, specifically in the woodwork, you're going to notice that Mike has been working on multiple projects at a time. The different projects that we have going on are going to be bouncing back and forth between sapelli mahogany and teak. Not only has teak gotten very difficult to source, it has gotten extremely expensive.
Give us a guesstimate on the value of that teak. 2 piles, 10-inch pile, 5/4 stock, 30 inches long. Your guess.
You've seen a recent video on Mikey, but I'm telling you, he's been over in his corner making wood components. I don't even know. I think at least 7 or 8 different projects. This is the interior to one of the 17 projects. It's the boat that I'm kind of excited about because it's something called 17 Super Sport. They didn't make a ton of these. It was basically 13 Super Sport on steroids. They had a uglier console. It was a big box that came on the side. We replicated an oversized version of the 17s without the ugly box. This is all fabricated out of sapelli.
With the fabrication to all the parts complete, it was time to move on to the coating process using All Grip's all-wood coating system. But like with any coating system, it starts with the most important part.
Most important part of the coating process is the prep, and the wipe downs, and the multiple wipe downs. After applying primer sealer yesterday, Bo and Michael came in and scuffed the surfaces of the parts and began with first brush application of the all wood clear. Stan and Bo are applying first coats of the clear, which is our filler. This is the clear component to All Grip's all wood. We applied 2 brush applications, 2 coats each over a 2-day period. This way the wood is sealed.
Bit of a delay in receiving the louver doors from Teak Isle, so Bo jumped on him to get him caught up.
And we've been waiting for some doors from Teak Isle. Got those in. Bill is going through the build stages on the louvered doors to the Davenport. That's where we have all the parts ready to go when the boat comes out of the fiberglass shop and goes into assembly.
Look at Bo go. Talk about intricate.
Bo was sanding the louvered doors, which is time consuming as hell. They need to be done right so the louvers look like the rest of the piece. If you don't, the louvers will always look bumpy, and that won't be a part of Making It Metan.
Another full day of sanding. After the men complete this last round, begin moving the parts into the spray booth, and we'll spray apply our additional coats, being able to apply 3 to 4 sprayed coats in one day. Mike and Bo are finishing up on the last couple of parts, putting up the spray booth and getting the build coats on these.
With our brush build coats applied, surfaces resanded, moved everything in the spray booth, and Scotty began the spray application of the all wood product.
Nice. This is after the first sprayed application of all wood. We'll apply 3 more coats, let it dry thoroughly, flip them, and apply 3 coats, 4 coats. 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 coats to the other side. lost a little interest yesterday when him, Scotty Van Boezelstein,
It's tight.
Jesus, it is tight, as he began applying our spray bill coats to the other side of most of these parts, other than, you notice he now brought in backrests. It's all juggling act. Bo just completed, these are cleats, console cleats, backrest cleats, the side mounts. Now Scotty will catch those up.
With the completion of the all-wood gloss application, I don't have a ton of video of the amazing amount of final blocking and sanding that it took to get it all prepped, wiped down, back in the booth for final clear.
What Scotty is doing in here is the final tack after 2 solvent wipe downs. The first batch of wood products for multiple projects. This is the final application of acrylic urethane, All Craft 2000. This has, at this point, up to 8 to 12 coats of wall wood. The surfaces have been sanded flat. Now Scotty will come in and lay down 3, 4 beautiful coats of acrylic urethane. Scotty just finished up in here about an hour ago. I don't want to go near anything because this is something that we call clean, very clean. Always end up with a dust particles here and there. Those will be polished out, wet sanded and polished out. However, you really want to lay it down dust free. Just another part. Move the wood components to the 17 projects out of the spray booth. We have them sitting here for the past few days. New part of the building has radiant heat. We really want these things to cure up nice and hard, and then we'll go through the wet sanding and polishing stage.
The wet sanding and polishing stage consists of blocking the surfaces with 1500, then hitting it with a DA with 3000 and 5000 3M Trizac.
The milky residue, so that's taking off the slightest amount of material. But after the wet sanding, we begin the polishing. And that's what Scotty is doing here. First compounds, we perfect it. We've been using some form to perfect it for the last 25 years. And then we go with straight machine glaze. That's the polish. And this is a crucial step of making it Metan.
While the woodwork was being completed, Gary was equally as busy in the metal shop fabricating the metal components that we needed for a number of projects, starting with the RPS seats, which consists of the Z-legs and the stainless steel brackets that hold the RPS backrest.
What Gary is doing today is fabricating one of the Metan Z-legs. However, we're making these the original 14 inches. 15. I'm sorry, Gary. If anybody would know, it would be you. Why? Because you worked for Boston Whaler all those years back. Remember all those years ago, Gary?
I do.
You do? I find that amazing.
Still remember.
That's what I find amazing. Walking through the metal shop, and what do I see on Gary's bench? The welded up Z-legs from an earlier video. I might as well stop, show off Mr. Gary Wilson. Hey, did everybody notice? Hashtag Mr. Gary Wilson. These are 3 sets of backrests supports Gary fabricated. These are replicas of the original backrest used by Boston Whaler.
With the fabrication to the wood and metal components complete, Mike and Gary teamed up, began the assembly phase, installing the rubber rail and hardware.
Hello, Gary.
Hello, Mike.
Gary and Michael finished up with the rubber rail and the interior hardware install and moved on to installing the bow rail and the side rail. These were the original railings that Gary polished up and made look brand new. Well, remember early on in the restoration process when we removed the rotted wood and replaced it with G10 and Penske board composite? Just for the reinstall of these railings. And check out the one extra little thing that Gary did that made a world of difference.
The rails will never vibrate again. Where every stanchion is has been cut out and has Penske board and G10. So the stanchions are now drilled and tapped into composite. Gary then places a spot weld on each stanchion. Right now, you grab the thing, you can move the whole boat because it's so solid.
All along while they were finishing up with the railing install, Bo got a couple of coats of the epoxy bilge coat on the inside of the console so he can hand that off to me and Mikey and we can start getting the boat wired.
What Stanley and Bo are applying is an epoxy-based bilge coat made by International, which we've been using for years. We use it to, yes, coat bilges, as well as coat the inside of consoles, undersides of hatches. It's a nice finish, mildew resistant, epoxy based, lasts a lifetime.
Another improvement that we do over the originals is we install and laminate a solid watertight subfloor to the inside of the console.
So now the console has a solid structural bottom to it.
Well, just when we thought we were done fabricating parts, our client called because he saw a recent video on Instagram of our aluminum piped swim platform. And this was a pretty trick one because we did it in red. Which when he saw it, he said, Mike, can you make me one of those swim platforms? And let's paint it yellow. I love the idea. So Gary got going on that.
And Mr. Wilson, as we like to refer to him as, is fabricating a couple of swim platform ladders for 217s that we are currently finishing up. Oh, I was looking for the other one. Oh, it's already on the boat?
Unpainted.
Okay, I'll go take a look. Thanks, Gary. Oh, look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? Beefy, grown man can pop up on it. Very nice. We'll be through bolting it here.
Yeah.
Yep. That's fabulous. Mr. Wilson, a huge part of making it Metan. Fucking stops welding, I'm gonna kill him. I said I gotta get Gary. If he fucking stops welding, I'm gonna kill him. Very interesting, Gary. Very interesting. How many of our followers know what that's from? What the hell was it from? Young Frankenstein? Oh, no.
Stupid.
It was on Laughing.
Yeah.
Guy from Laughing, he popped through the thing and goes, very interesting. Stupid.
Well, it's good to get some of these conversations I have with Gary and even some of the guys, but especially Gary. He and I have been buddies for 25 years. We're the same age, so we remember the same stuff and we laugh about the same stuff. He finished up the welding. We got the parts set up in the spray booth and began to go through the priming and painting stage, which when it comes to aluminum, we do it all at the same time. Scotty is applying chromate primer
To the swim ladders and toe post that we fabricated for a couple of different projects. The time that it takes to do the prep, the old saying about paint, it's all in the prep, can't be any more true when it comes to painting aluminum. This is a 2-for-1 deal. A little bit of yellow, and then we'll be going to white. Back and forth. White, yellow, white, yellow. We'll get our last coat of yellow on, and we'll move that out of the spray booth, and then come in and put our last coat of white. This way we don't end up with overspray on the final coat of an opposite color.
We love finishing up a project or part of a project and being able to shoot short videos off to our clients is almost like a teaser. Well, Gary got the swim platform installed, and I just had to send Kelly a video.
What do you think about that, Kelly B? Got the balls or what? All part. Making it Metan.
With most of the hardware now installed and no more fabrication, Mike and Gary teamed up to install the Plasdeck vinyl teak decking, which is going to be really the icing on the cake with this project.
Wow, that does look super nice, huh? You know, we'll just let it relax for a couple of days. Here you go, Kelly. What do you think about that? So everything's worth the wait. Now we can get the rest of it together. Very exciting.
With the installation of the Plasdeck complete and the adhesive fully dried, we installed the console and RPS seat. This way, Michael and I could wrap up the under console wiring and rigging, while Gary rigs the motor, the fuel system, and the bilge pump. With these last few items complete, the restoration of the most beautiful Boston Whaler Montauk 17 has come to an end. Well, only one more thing to do, and that is go for a boat ride, which we are going to do. I'm Mike Borelli. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video of Making It Metan.